opposition is very critical of the 28
What's new?
of the 28-day challenge, and they say the way that you presented it was like a challenge, a fun activity. Okay, let's do this for 28 days. And now with extending it, it's like a roller coaster that people, thought we were going to hit the 28th day and then go back to some level of normal, and now we're going up again, and you're making Quebecers seasick, essentially.
We really thought at the beginning of October that after 28 days with these measures that we would see a decrease in the number of new cases. It wasn't the result we had. And that was the result or the objective or the assumption made by the specialists. And unfortunately, like in many other countries, we didn't see a decrease. At least in Quebec, we didn't see an increase like in other countries. So it's half of a victory.
But you know that asking for another 4 weeks, Mr. Legault, is enormous, what you're asking to citizens. And you know as well that doubt, citizens' doubt, is your worst enemy fighting COVID-19. So if for some citizens your explanations are not sufficient, what else can you do to bring them back?
Yeah, what we see is that all people knowing somebody who had the COVID-19, they respect the measures. Some people, they don't know anybody who had the COVID-19, and these people sometimes, they are not enough careful. But more and more people, of course, know other people who had the COVID-19. So I think that the vast majority of Quebecers, they understand why we've put this in place, and they see that it's not only in Quebec, it's like that everywhere in the world.
Do you regret your 28
At the beginning of the 28
challenge? Do you regret
day
it?
No, we were, at the time, we made the best decision with the information we had at the time.
At the beginning of the 28-day challenge, you said there's only so far the government can go. It's up to Quebecers. So did Quebecers fail? Is this why we have another 28 days?
But we were successful because there was no increase, but we need to do more. I think that Quebecers in total reduced their contacts, but not enough. So we have to do it for another 28 days in order to reduce the number of deaths. We have 19 more deaths today.
Is this on Quebecers?
With people saying, openly saying that they're going to rebel and not follow the rules, and the opposition saying the more you do not put all the cards on the table, the less confidence people have in the government. Are you worried about Quebec's social peace?
Okay. First, all the cards are on the table. Second, I think it's not responsible from the opposition not to support the measures. And I think we're doing our best with the information we have.
And the social peace of Quebec?
For me, the vast majority, there's no problem with the vast majority of Quebecers. And regarding the gymnasium, we'll ask the police people to give fine to the owners and to the customer, the clients of these gyms.
Today, Mr. Trudeau was talking even long-term is Christmas, that if we don't do something now, then that's going to be kind of what's going to be at stake. Are you thinking that long-term at this point, and what could Christmas look like in Quebec?
I think that the first thing that is important is that Mr. Trudeau doesn't open the borders. So he waited a lot too much last March, closing the borders. So this time we have to take no chance and let the borders close at least for the end of the year.
And what about Christmas?
And for Christmas, I really hope, and I'm confident, that in 28 days we'll be able to maybe not have big parties for Christmas, but to be able to see our families.